Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Chris here from Finland Mennonite. It's time again for Midweek Musings. It's time where we slow down and remind ourselves of one truth from the previous week's sermon and the scriptures we were in. Now this last week we were seeing all about the disciples and how they were high key about King Jesus, right? And we saw that they were accused of filling all of Jerusalem with their teaching, right? And so this idea that we expounded upon was this idea of what are we filling the spaces we live, work, and play with, right? Is it the teaching of Jesus? Is it the words of Jesus, the wisdom of Jesus, the ways of Jesus? Are we filling the atmosphere with those things? And I likened it, if you remember, to beef stew and how that can just fill a home with an aroma. And that idea had me thinking, right? It had me musing. And so I have a question for you. I'd love your feedback on. And so write it in a comment, writing it in a chat, however you want to give me feedback, but I'd love your feedback on this. What's your favorite donut shop? What's your favorite donut shop? I mean, donuts are awesome, right? And donut shops in particular, you walk in and you are just met with such a wonderful aroma, right? It's just makes your senses go wild going into a donut shop. And so one of my favorite donut shops is YumYum Donuts in Quakertown. In fact, I got something right here that I've been smelling this whole time. It's filling my office with a beautiful aroma. It's a sausage, egg, and cheese on a sesame seed bagel. See, that's what I look forward to when I walk into a YumYum Donuts. So what's your favorite one, right? And you walk in, and let's just think about how this works. Like you walk in, and there's no way you can walk into a donut shop and not buy something, right? It gets your mouth salivating, it gets your mind going. You just have to have that which you are smelling, right? And so here's the thing that I want us to kind of consider as we finish out this week. Are we making Jesus that attractive where we live, work, and play? By the joy we're sharing, by the excitement that we're sharing, by the truth that we're sharing? Are we showing that following Jesus is awesome? It's this fulfillment of everything we could have longed for, right? Is that the environment we're creating? Are we loving, merciful, sharing truth in ways that are helpful, right? Is this the stuff that we're filling our atmosphere with? Are we positive and lifting people up and encouraging and building them up? Are we listening when we need to and giving time to respond to people, right? All these things that Jesus did when he walked this earth, we are now called to imitate. As we are high key about him by sharing about him, we also need to be high key about him in how we imitate him and what we're filling our spaces with. So may you find this week, by the power of the Holy Spirit, that the atmosphere you create is much like people walking into a donut shop or a baker's, that when they're around you, when they're in the spaces you inhabit, there is something contagious and attractive about the Jesus that you are high key about. The one that we read about in scriptures, the one who heals the sick, who befriends the sinners, who is for those who are the outcasts, but he always does it with grace and truth, right? May you go and do the same thing, filling spaces where you live, work, play, vacation, and shop, wherever it is that you go the rest of this week with that atmosphere. And let's lead people to King Jesus and see what happens as we do. Well, enjoy the rest of your week. I'm going to enjoy this sandwich now. God bless.